Hello and welcome. This is Julie Silver Stitches. It is Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. Third time's a charm. If it doesn't work, I'm not doing it. I'm going to start this out by saying I have a head cold. So sniffles and congestion and out of breath seems to be the day today. Can't do it. Anyways. Welcome to my FlossTube channel. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for joining me. Here we go. So, I'm going to have to reach because I decided to restart this video 3 times now. So, this is the third. So, we're going to take everything that's over here. Ooja. Oh man. And bring it over here. Trying to... Really? Real life people, we're not editing anything out. Okay, so what does that go in the lineup? Do you remember? No idea. Okay, let's just start. So I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8 things, and then I have a plan for next week. So it's been roughly a week and a bit since I've last filmed, but in that week and a bit, I have, like I said, worked on 8 different things, and I had 1 finish, so 9 things, I guess. I'm going to start out with the finish because I almost forgot about it last video when I filmed just earlier today. So this is Happy Place by Loops and Threads. It took me a long time while it was here at home to want to pull it out, to want to try and do it, to want to work on it. But I brought it to the trailer as one of the minis at the trailer. I think it seems like I have more focus time there. So I've brought up a whole lot of minis or Dollarama, Dollar Tree type stitches, 6 inches or less, and I work on those up there. So that's, if I haven't shown you yet, Happy Place by Loops and Threads. Here we go. I've filmed 2 other times today. Neither of them I have been happy with. So like I said, preface with I might be out of breath because I don't know, head cold. I don't know what this is. It's not going away though, so the new normal? I don't know. I hope not. Not a new mug, an old mug, but reclaimed. Found it, so we're using it. All right. There's a lot of deep breaths. It's going to be a lot of deep breaths, just so everybody's aware. Okay, so the first Stitch to 1,000 piece, the only Stitch to 1,000 piece that I worked on this week was Steampunk Portal. Sorry about my air conditioner. It's new. I'll tell you the story later, or right now. Last week was the last time we had a heat wave. So, of course, our air conditioner decided that the 17 years of being an air conditioner, it no longer wanted to be an air conditioner. So it chose just to be a fan. That didn't help anybody. So it was upwards of hot in here. Like, open the door and it felt like you were walking into like a wave of like you just opened the oven door. Or when you walk outside sometimes, especially in Eastern Ontario, if you open the door from inside to outside, this like whoosh of like hot air comes at you because that's how humid it is. It was like that for a few days. And so we finally were able to acquire another air conditioner, so huzzah. And then once we realized and installed it properly, because it was a stand-up air conditioner, nobody here had ever dealt with one of those things before, so by the time we finally got it installed properly in the window, We were also gifted a new air conditioner, so a new window air conditioner. So, hooray! It's working fantastically. It's fantastic. So the new norm for temperature in here is 21. The old norm was 17, so it was dying. Anyways, so all that to say, this is Steampunk Portal. It has reached 5,029 stitches, and we are now getting we are working on the inside ring, the first inside ring. The outside ring, the first outside ring. So hooray! So I take a color from the top, I bring it all the way down on the diagonal, and there we go. So way less progress than everybody else that seems to be doing this. This is the 2025 Heaven and Earth Designs Sal. That's okay. I might get page 1 done by the time the end of the year comes. The goal of 6 pages is completely out the window now, I think, so that's okay. I'm okay with that. Yes, sniffles and or can't breathe because anyway, it's a whole thing. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so next up on my wish board, for those of you who might not know, is 500 stitches on a piece, or finish it. So I chose 16 projects, and I roll a number between 1 and 16, work on that project. If that project is already finished, like Folk Hello is, then I'll keep spinning until I get to a project that is not finished yet. So, what are we doing? Pokemon starters, right? Okay, so I stitched all the way up to, it was at 5,000, and now it's at 5,500. This is what it is going to look like, and this is where we're at. We are at 29.80% completed. So I made it up to the editing process of the last video, and I was like, I really overexertingly myself, like deep breaths, never explain myself. So yes, I have a head cold. That's better. Worked on Chimchar's face and head. Moved over to work on Trico. This is the whole generations of Pokemon starters when Ash was the main character. That's all I got. Because now it's changed. Ash retired. I don't know. Retired? Is that a word in animation? Who knows? Okay, so next one is heart. Okay, so the next little grouping let's do big mushroom. Okay, so, sorry. The next thing that is going to be an ongoing thing is a stitch 100. So, it's only really when I feel like it though, or when it comes up in the wheel, because I'm going to create a wheel with all of my weekly projects on it, but this is mushroom. I'm going to put the designer, if I have it down here, it's off of Etsy. What else can I say about it? I don't actually know the name of it, so I call it mushroom. Somebody else I know calls it big mushroom. Anyway, this is where we're at. I stitched on it for 2 days, so it went from this 100 stitches to now 300 stitches. And what I'm doing is spinning a wheel, and whether it says up or down or left or right, that is the direction that I'll go in. and then stitch that 100 block. So that went from 100 stitches to 300 stitches, and we are now at 0.48%. So that's another, goes in this bag, weekly, all the time thing. So that can get put away. Now, that's done too. So the next things on my board are all for Monopoly Bingo. There are 34 different spaces. So 11 of which are full coverages. 10 full coverages are there, and then I have one free, like the free parking space is a free wheel spin of my full coverages. So some get 50 stitches, some get 150 stitches. All my full coverages get 150 stitches, but some of them get 50 stitches, some of them get 75 stitches, depending on where they are on the board. But this is goes like this. This is Hidden Disability Sunflower by a random stitcher. She posted a free chart last year, so here we are. I was able to, in my 150 stitches, finish the yellow, all the way around that I've done yellow, and then I started the darker yellow. That is going away. All right, the next thing in the pile, at least, is Witch's Brew by Mill Hill. So you're not going to be able to see a lot of what I worked on because it was a little on the darker side, but I put in the 50 stitches are in between. Oh, you can see them now. It's weird. Light is an interesting concept. Okay, so can I get this out of the way? Okay, so this darker gray partly, and then the, as you can see, the green stuff coming out of the cauldron. Is that what it is? So that will go away until it's spun again, or called again for Bingo, Monopoly. And hopefully this version of the video will be great and I won't have to do it again. But the other 2 times I did not have a coffee, so there's that. In my previous life / still my life, but I was a figure skater, so. Oh, you get to hear somebody puke. That's fantastic. Who's that? Who is it? Sorry about that. Simon. Are you okay, buddy? Who knows? Uh-huh. Are you all done? Okay. Sorry if you heard that. That was cat puking. Great. Okay, so, okay, next on the list. This, in this bag, got 75 stitches. This is Innocence by Dimensions. Yes, it's very interesting because this came out of a deep sleep because I needed to. This was one of the 2 other projects that had to come out of deep sleep because I didn't have enough projects. So, out at the current time. I didn't really want to be working on this, but I feel like it needs to be finished because I started it, so why not, right? So, okay. So this is the whole thing that I've stitched so far, and that's why I haven't been excited to work on it. So, It's on a 14 count blue Ada. I did some of this white above her eye. I've done this little swoosh of grayness, and in the 75 stitches I also added that lighter goldeny brown color. Past that, this got 75 because on the space where it is on the board, it's only one of the 2 colors that only has 2 properties. Hold please. Okay. Sniffing and coughing and all things are all done. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so that's that, 75 stitches. And this goes back in there so we don't lose it, because it's a very important cover photo. Very important. Alright, what's next? Let's go with this one, just because. So this will come out again this week, but this is mini beginner seashell. This was the free wheel spin from landing on free parking. So I've decided that I want to start stitching it back on the diagonal again, because this, in my mind right now, this is chaos. So I can't really hold it up, but I don't really have a board. So yes, you can barely see it because I'm starting to get back into the sand, I guess. Not back into, because I haven't stitched any sand yet, but this is where we're at. I had, when I worked on this, I had 2 color completions, so 2 more out of the 90 colors are finished. I can't do this. Okay, is that better? That's probably better. Okay, so worked down here and worked sporadically, not very much, but through there for the 150 because, like I said, I started to want to work on the diagonal again, because that seems chaos. Anyway, so that will go back into a bag over there, but not yet. So I will keep it over here, and I'll keep that in here. Okay, last thing that I actually stitched on this week was butterfly fuchsia again, because so the whole thing was I restarted the Monopoly board. So I had stitched on the 3 things last week and thought, this is great. I'm going to turn all of my not used project bags into a player so that I can do more things and work on more things and stitch on more things, and you know, but then I just stalled. Anyways, so butterfly fuchsia again was called, it was called last week for the 50, but I did another 50 because it was called again this week. Restarted the board again, so, and again halfway through this restarted the board again, so not restarted the board, but I'll tell you in plans. So I added 50 more stitches to the 3810, so that teal blue color. One day I will get both wings finished. I'm going to need to figure out, go back into the pattern and figure out what is missing in all of that, on those striations. Because I started out up here and these are all the little dots, that's cool. And then what are these, what are those? What color is that? Why did I miss it? What happened? I think that's why I decided to start going line by line in the other ones that I do, in the Mirabilias, Nora Corbett's, because you miss things. Anyway, so that's not coming out again next week because it didn't get called again, but that's okay. It needs a break. Everybody else needs a turn. Here comes Mr. Skitters if he chooses to walk by. There he is. He's going to jump down. You're going to say hello to the people, or you're just going to flop down? You're just going to flop down? Okay. This stays here, that stays here. That'll have to go in the right bag. Okay, so can I pick you up without you scratching me? Let's try. Ape, say hello. He's purring. He's not happy, but he's purring. You talky little buddy. Okay, you can lie down. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to take a break. Not really, but rejig and go through the bags that are to my left. So, I already showed you my stitch 100 stitches per day project. I'm going to get a clean knee now, because now he's got the sharpest little tongue that I've ever had. Okay, so in this bag, this is one of my Monopoly bags. In this bag is this. This is going to be 150 stitches on what? What's it called? Christmas Gnomes by Box and Fox. Here we go. It's got 1,200 stitches already put into it. If you hear random things from the kitchen, James is getting a snack or something. Oops, Charlotte has come to investigate. Alright, next Monopoly bag is Sing a Sampler series by Silver Creek Samplers. How many times can I talk about one project in one day? 3 times, I guess. Alright, so I am on the Me and Fa one, so I'm on part 2. Ooh, glare. Alright. 28 count cream even weave of some kind, I think. If I can get to it, I'm using some called for, some Roxy Flosco, some DMC interior. Okay. Okay, what's this next? So next in another Monopoly bag is Fractal 53 by the Cross Stitch Collectibles. It's in this bag. I am currently at 2,011 stitches. I do not have to look it up because I already know, because I've already done it 3 times today. So here we go. So I'm just taking this one color at a time, zooming around as far as I can go, and then choosing another color when I can't find any space to connectively put that color in. Sorry about the sniffles. Alright, in this bag, this is another Monopoly bag. And in this bag, it is Winter Wolf. Is that what it's called? By Artisy. And I am here, and we are at Winter Wolf 1027. Oh, geez, with a whole lot of strings. Next in the bag lineup is this one. This is going to be, right, excuse me, sir, mini beginner seashell, because it actually got spun this time instead of just the random wheel. Sorry, Skitters. Did that bag land on you? Sorry, buddy. Okay. Alright, so what's up next in the snail bag? If you can remember, the snail bag is, you don't even know, but I'm using the snail bag as the Stitch to 1000. And so that's going to be Mini Snow Leopard. And Mini Snow Leopard is at 1,355. So here we are. Same concept of stitching as, or same stitch method as Steampunk Portal. So I take the top color, bring it all the way down. Take the top color, bring it all the way down. So when I originally was working on this, I stitched halfway to the center, just so that I knew that the width of the piece was going to fit. That's why it looks like that. Two more things. Okay, so my next wish piece is, wish board piece is from this book, Seasonal Cottages. It's Alma Lynn Hayden, and it is Spring Cottage. That's probably the best picture of it as a big picture. And it's okay, Skitters. $500 stitches will go into this because it's clearly not going to be a finish. Whoopsies. Okay, see you later. Alright, so here we are. So, finishing the roof, keeping on going on the roof. Maybe back stitching as I go, because that roof is why I haven't finished this piece yet. Because it's simple enough when you get down into the rest of it. It's just that roof is quarters and halves and 3/4 and lots and lots of different things. Okay, last but not least, right. Okay, so this, in this bag, you're going to see it a lot over the month of August, because in this bag it's going to be Minnie watching the world go by. Okay, so last you saw, I had finished 40,000 stitches on this, right? So there we go, 40,000. The random stitcher, her Facebook group, she started a stitch along for the month of August. It's 1,000 stitches, and it's 1,000 stitches on a destination piece. So it's almost as if this is where you want to be, you know, like on vacation essentially. So I could totally take the rolling hills with a sheep and train and all of those things in a little village. That would be fantastic. Okay, so I think that's it for the stitching part. Yesterday, it's all better now, I'm okay now, but yesterday I got stung by a wasp. That's the first time it's ever happened, so thank goodness it was nothing more than what it was, because it was just a sting. I didn't have an allergic reaction. I didn't think I was going to, but who knows, right? When you never have a wasp sting before. So, you know, soaked it in ice. Definitely put lots and lots of ice and cold on it. The swelling went down, the pain went down. I thought at the beginning I was going to lose my thumb, because like It was numb. It felt like it was not great. Anyway, so apparently, according to James, that is just how it works. Um, Stings, wasp, and I guess bee stings, but yeah, so far so good. I can move it now. It doesn't hurt anymore. Life is better. Um, we were working outside, and I was going into a power box, like it has a cover with the plugs. Anyways, so I opened the cover, and inside were 7 or 8 wasps in their nest, in their nest. And so when I moved the door of the cover, I disturbed some of the wasps, and anyways, some profanities were said, and anyway, we got past it. We're good. I'm good now. See, I can use both my thumbs equally, so that's good. Since this is my 3rd time, I told you about my air conditioner. I told you about my wasp sting. Was there anything else happening in my life right now? Not really. Nope. I think that's all we have. So, kind of the same time frame as last time, so that's good. Meaning my last video that I just deleted when I was editing it because I wasn't happy, because there was a lot of, like, I couldn't breathe properly, and my hair was down, and I just didn't feel comfortable, and all of the things. Nothing was right. Didn't feel right at all. But now it does, because my hair is up clearly, and I had my coffee, and organizational skills have, amassed. So I hope to see you next time. Click on the subscribe button if you have not done that already. I know I have a few commenters that continue to comment that are not subscribers. Please subscribe. That would be great. I know I am slowly growing, and that's fine. But sparkle and shine. Have a great afternoon. I hope you are either staying warm or staying cold, whatever's working for you. I hope you are doing great wherever you are. Happy stitching and sparkle and shine. Bye, everybody.